What was supposed to be a week of total focus for the Ravens has turned into a roller coaster. Worrying news hits just before the most important game of the season, and now everyone is asking, who's actually going to be on the field? Rashad Bateman and Marlon Humphrey, two of the team's key pieces, are dealing with health issues, and that could completely shake up the Ravens' game prep. Every practice, every adjustment, every decision now carries massive weight, and what happens behind the scenes could decide the division. You don't want to miss a single detail of what's unfolding in Baltimore. Everything seemed set for a focused week, but reality has decided to test the Ravens once again. Well ahead of the season's biggest game, news comes in that two essential players are dealing with illness, instantly changing the team's preparation. When the margin for error is already razor thin, any setback hits the locker room hard. Bateman and Humphrey aren't just any players. One brings rhythm and explosiveness to the offense. The other anchors the defense in big games, especially against rivals who know every weakness on the other side. Knowing both are six sets off alarms for the coaching staff, because it's not just about being on the field. It's about performing when it matters most. The ripple effect hits everyone. Practices have to be adjusted, rotations rethought, and the team's mental prep takes a direct hit. Even healthy players feel the weight of uncertainty, because games like this leave no room for improvisation or last-minute surprises. And it gets even heavier when you remember the Ravens have faced similar situations throughout the season. This isn't an isolated incident. It's part of a bigger pattern of challenges, which makes every update on Bateman and Humphrey even more critical as the week progresses. Even with concern in the air, the Ravens are trying to stay calm and work with as much focus as possible. Seeing Rashad Bateman on the field before practice helps ease some tension, showing that at least physically he can still move. It doesn't mean the problem is gone, but it's a sign the situation isn't as dire as it could be. Marlon Humphrey's case is shrouded in more mystery. No details have emerged about the severity of his illness, just confirmation that he's dealing with it. That weighs even heavier when you recall Humphrey has already battled a finger injury this season, meaning any new health concern is being treated with extra caution. John Harbaugh tried to send a clear message to the media. He expressed hope that both players will be able to play, a statement that shows confidence, but also makes it clear the final decision depends on how things unfold over the coming days. Nothing is guaranteed. Everything will be assessed step by step. This mix of caution and optimism perfectly sums up the Ravens' current state. As the team hopes to have its starters available, memories of similar issues in the recent past come flooding back, reminding everyone that weeks like this don't always end the way you hope. It's not the first time illness has disrupted the Ravens' game plan. Earlier this season, Lamar Jackson missed practice due to flu, taking nose tackle John Jenkins down with him. Situations like these might seem minor, but they often throw entire weeks of preparation into chaos. On that occasion, both were able to return in time for the game against the New England Patriots, offering a temporary sense of relief, but the outcome was cruel. Even with their returns, the team lost 28-24 in a game that left a feeling that any single detail could have changed the result. These experiences stick with the roster. When new illness news pops up, it's not just the problem itself. It's everything that comes after. The loss, the emotional toll, and the frustration of knowing something off the field may have tipped the scales. That's why caution is even higher now. The team knows it cannot repeat past mistakes or let the situation spiral out of control, especially during a week when the league's strict rules are in play to prevent things from getting worse.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
When illness hits, it's not just a player who goes on alert. The NFL has strict protocols for contagious situations, requiring immediate isolation and constant monitoring until the athlete is fully cleared. This almost automatically changes the team's routine. These measures exist to protect the roster as a whole, but they also create huge challenges for anyone prepping for a critical game. An isolated player practices less, attends fewer meetings, and loses valuable adjustment time, something that weighs heavily in tight matchups. Inside the Ravens camp, the main concern is stopping the problem from spreading. One absence might be manageable, but a domino effect would be disastrous in a week like this. That's why every sign of improvement or decline is tracked almost in real time. And all of this is happening while the clock is ticking. The game doesn't wait, the opponent doesn't slow down, and the stakes keep rising, making every behind-the-scenes detail a factor that can directly impact the final result. The backdrop to all this tension is simple and brutal. This is the most important game of the season for both sides. The Ravens started the year 1-5, lost to the Steelers at home, and now reach the final week with a real chance to completely flip the script. The winner takes a division title and earns a home playoff game. The loser? Eliminated. There's no margin for error, no plan B, just 40-odd minutes that define months of work. For Baltimore, there's some relief with Lamar Jackson returning to practice after a back injury kept him out against the Packers. That makes the Ravens slight favorites, but the picture is far from comfortable, especially since the opponent also gets a big boost. TJ Watt is back after missing 3 games due to a serious lung issue, and his presence puts direct pressure on an offensive line that has struggled all year. That's why Bateman and Humphrey's health is so crucial. In a game like this, any weakness will be exploited without mercy. The Ravens are in a delicate spot. Every practice, every decision, and every update on Bateman and Humphrey's status could completely change the trajectory of the game against the Steelers. The team is trying to stay calm, but the pressure is immense, and any detail slipping out of control could swing the result. It's clear this final week is far from normal. Between NFL protocols, key players like Lamar Jackson and TJ Watt returning, and uncertain about essential starters, Baltimore must prepare to fight on every level, physical, tactical, and mental. Every second until kickoff counts, and the game promises to be as unpredictable as it is thrilling. And you, what do you think? Will the Ravens overcome these obstacles and secure the win, or will last-minute issues weigh too heavily? Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell us how you see this decisive battle against the Steelers.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself.